I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to my world. May your stay here be interesting. This is a live hangout, a virtual barbecue. There will be cigars, verbal fireworks, American vibes, and friends, old and new. You might have just woken up to the 4th of July if you're in America, so come hang here with like-minded libertarian patriots while the family preps the barbecue. Perhaps you actually need to get away from your liberal uncle for a little bit because he's driving you mad. Or you just want to hang out on July the 4th. We're here all weekend on Johnny Massacre's World. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So let's all celebrate America's independence. Because without America, we would all be screwed. Who's with me? Give me a hell yeah for July the 4th. This is going to be awesome. We're just going to hang out. I know it's a very special day for my American friends. And I thought, yeah, you just want to come chill for a little bit and hang out. What is going on, everybody? Educate this Brit what it means on July the 4th. Tea jokes encouraged. Barbecue, fireworks, family, America, F yeah. Tell me all about it. I want to know. I'm under the impression it's basically like a kind of warmer Christmas or something like that, but there's barbecues instead of turkeys. So a little bit of background on the 4th of July. American independence was established on the 4th of July today, 1776. This is when the 13 British colonies in America were essentially dissolved and America officially became a country. That is when the Declaration of Independence was signed, and about 13 years later, America and its founding fathers cooked up the Constitution, the greatest document in the history of country creation. There's no other country with a constitution like that. It essentially established an independent government and codified free speech. If people are left alone to do whatever the hell they want and they have free speech, you get something like America with the best innovation in the world, totally justifying its standing as the global heavyweight. So God bless America. Without you, we'd all be screwed. There's no other country that didn't have any kings. America was founded on freedom, and you are the model for everyone. So just want to say big up to America. Thank you for cutting off us evil colonial Brits and blazing your own trail, because the world is much better for it. Hell yeah, everybody.
Milkitia makes ting says howdy y'all, happy 4th. Deep Claw Jedi says, sup Milky T. Milkitia makes ting says howdy Deep Claw, how are things? Deep Claw Jedi says suffering from slow and dropping internet because I have my nephew eating up the bandwidth, but it will be fixed in about 2 weeks. Just glad to have him here to help on the ranch.
Oh, sweet.
Says, and here we go. Gary Von Mabach says hey Massacre and Massacre mates out fishing. Deep Claw Jedi says, hell yeah. Gary Von Mabach
hell
says,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so when I think of America, the first thing that comes to mind is WWE, especially the Attitude Era in the 90s. I think that encapsulates America pretty well. In your face, big, bold, creative, colorful, entrepreneurial, pioneering, sexy babes. Just uncensored entertainment, giving the people what they want. That's literally the first thing that comes to mind when I think of America. And other things that come to mind when I think of America, other than Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, archetypal babes. The archetypal image of a babe is the American woman. Do you know what I'm saying? With the blonde hair and all that. There's basically no finer specimen out there, as far as I can tell. Other things I think of when I think of America might be interesting, my American friends. Give me the British opinion. Risk-taking, badassery, crudeness, military might, McDonald's, Coke, Pepsi, Apple, Silicon Valley, AI, entrepreneurialism, of course. The best movies ever, hands down. Goodfellas, Aliens, Terminator, Terminator 2. All the sci-fi classics, Matrix, Ghostbusters, of course, Star Wars, Arnold, Let Me Out, Into the Tunnel, all that stuff.
Tough guy says happy 4th.
Hip hop, Dr. Dre, Primo, the Neptunes, Timbaland, Frank Sinatra, Nirvana, freedom, and of course, one of the main things I think of when I think of.
Slub says, Sandra Artisan checked her oot. Deathclaw Jedi says, I'm sorry Johnny, I know you are a Brit, but in my book you are an unofficial US citizen. Waiting for your USA YouTube tour.
Bro, are you going to get me a visa to work on your ranch? Because I'm coming, bro. I'm coming. One of the things I think of when I think of America is the Trumpster. Look at this. New York City, the American flag, a love for their country, entrepreneurialism, industry, capitalism, freedom. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Milky. But that's again, that's why I specifically mentioned Arnold, because you can come to America if you are going to contribute and if you share the same ideals that the founding fathers had about individual liberty, individualism, limited government, freedom of speech, all those kind of things. You're not coming to leech, you're coming to produce. As long as you do that, the opportunities are there, and I think that's amazing. I'm going to demonetize my stream right now by smoking a cigar as soon as I put that to my lips. YouTube's algorithm denies me monetization, but if you click the $ now, we can try to hit the target of 5 super chats tonight to celebrate the 4th of July with your favorite Americanized Brit. You know what I'm saying, bruv? You can also donate on these links, streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre. If you donate, I'll be extremely excited this July the 4th. I heard you Americans are quite generous, especially when you're drunk and you're tending the barbecue. One hand on the tongs, the other hand on the, no, not that, on your phone, bruv. Donating to me. Please consider donating, because I'm about to demonetize this stream. So also, this is 6-pack celebration day. 3 months ago, I started a training schedule in order to try to get a 6-pack. And I think I pretty much did it. So this is also celebrating the 6-pack because it has to be done. Then I'll shut up about exercise and training. You tell me, do I have a 6-pack? Six-pack celebration day, bruv. I had to do it. I see Gary von Merbach in the comments. And he gave me this flag, so thank you, Gary. It's 4th of July, y'all. If you're ready to celebrate 4th of July, give me a hell yeah! Give me one, baby.
Milkitia Makes Ting says, I like how Arnold is a foreigner, but we think of him as ours Lmao. Internet Tough Guy says, Trump is floating the idea of a UFC fight next year at the White House for America's 250th.
We're going to talk about that.
Makes Ting says it's 10 on the morning over here, no one is getting drunk RN lol. Internet Tough Guy says, I just bought an 8-pack if that helper. Internet Tough Guy says helps.
Of course it helps. Woo, 4th of July. So the other thing is, I'm going to come to America sooner rather than later. I've been extremely busy, but it's always been on the back burner. But now it's on the mid burner. And I'm thinking where I'm going to go. Like, am I going to go there instead of going home for Christmas this year to London? Am I going to do both if I can afford it, if you donate generously? And where am I going to go? And should I go for America's 250th? Maybe I should wait until then. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm 42 years old. I'm not getting any younger. I think it's time to go to the States.
L8RS battery almost gone. You're welcome.
Gary, we love you. Enjoy your fishing, mate. I'm glad we could get your words on this very special day. Happy July the 4th. King Massacre, mate. Gary von Merbach. This is a great cigar. Wow, I'm surprised. Tip top. I can't open my door because it's so hot now in Japanese summer. Even with aircon, it just gets mad sweaty in here. So I'm hotboxing this tiny little Japanese man cave with a Cuban cigar. But it's July the 4th and it's got to be done. We've got to do it. We have got to do it. So America, you can kind of thank the Brits for your country. Christopher Columbus and the Spanish, they started the whole project, but the Brits came along. We gave you a lot of stuff, bruv.
America travel vlog Mayo.
America travel vlog. Britain brought you a lot of stuff, my American friends, a lot of stuff, and you are very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. We brought you people, livestock, crops, manufactured goods, our language, of course. What language do you speak? Culture, political system. So, of course, Americans are pretty much our brothers, are they not? Us Brits. Literally our brothers and sisters. So let's hang out this July the 4th. What are you doing July the 4th? Please can you let me know? This Brit wants to know. And what is July the 4th to you? What kind of stuff do you normally do? And what does it kind of mean on a personal level, family and friends level? Educate this Brit. So tomorrow, I think I might be actually celebrating it with Milky T's brother. See Milky in the comments below. Her brother's in Japan.
Brad W says, "What up? Working."
What up, Brad? Brad W has donated pretty much more than anyone else this month. Thank you so much for that, Brad. You're obviously doing very well in your business, and I really appreciate that.
Milkitia makes things says not brothers. We're only here because we were prosecuted Lmayo. Internet tough guy says what about Canada? We're literally still a British colony.
Not for much longer. I'm sure we'll give you that back sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. What is everyone up to on 4th of July? Are you all having a barbecue? 4th of July without a barbecue, is that even a possibility? If you live in a cold state, are you still having a barbecue? If you're in Alaska, are you still having a barbecue? Risking a giant moose coming along and sticking a horn underneath it? So I've been away, everyone, a little bit. It's been really, really busy. My apartment was such a tip. I just cleaned it up for the first time in more than a week. It looked like a bomb had gone off in here. So feeling quite good about tidying up a little bit. And yeah, borderline injured myself. Attempted a 3-hour run last Sunday. And my leg's been twitching. I've been waking up with cramps. Couldn't sleep properly. A lot of high cortisol. So this has been a taper. A week off. Going back to eating carbs now, it's actually unsustainable to keep going. We took it as far as we could. I lost enough weight. Just going to keep it maintenance and like just try to shred a bit more fat and shrink the skin on the stomach to solidify the six-pack. But this week's been started to eat some carbs again yesterday.
Barbecue and throw tea into our duck pond, but my husband doesn't seem excited about that one. Slubs says let's talk about the Highland clearances.
What's that, Slubs? You tell me. But don't say anything too crazy or controversial, mate. Slavs, what's happening in your life? You absolute disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace.
W says, doesn't cramping mean you deficient in magnesium and potassium?
I'm having tons of magnesium and potassium.
California. This is the
and tons of water.
Have fireworks.
Dude, it basically, I got to such an extreme stage of keto and glycogen depletion that even 1,000 grams of carbs would only fill me up for a day. So it got really serious. I just kept waking up, couldn't sleep. And yeah, so just eating more carbs, but still having, just maintaining the calories, especially this week, just taking it easy. And after that failed 3-hour run, that was as far as I could have taken it, overeating before and then fasting for days to counter that, or doing double training or triple training, just taking a break.
Happy 4th of July to all patriots worldwide.
Happy 4th of July, Purple and Yellow. You back from Nicaragua? Did you get any nice cigars, bro? This is my 6-pack. This is my celebratory 6-pack cigar. Basically did it.
Brad W says, that's a good quality flag, bruv, awesome.
Yeah, this was from Gary Von Merbach. It's from Gary Von Merbach. He posted it to me for Christmas last 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. Time flies, doesn't it? Oh, God. Oh, happy 4th of July, my American friend. I feel like one of you.
Brad W says, Gary Von Legend.
He is a fucking legend. He predicted 2024. I have to say, after a bunch of Cuban cigars that are a massive waste of money, different ones from the regular that you might get, this is the first one I've had that's actually legit.
Here, getting eaten alive by insects, man.
Are you still there? So how's it going out there? Don't you have any repellent? This is Por Laranaga. I think it's a Lonsdale. Cuban. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. It's just what I needed right now to celebrate the 6-pack. See, I said try to do 5 episodes a week. And this week we've only done, I think this is 1. But I try to do one every day to try to make up for it. So finally trying to sort out my schedule and lock things off every week to make sure there's going to be a stream.
Ting says, wait, my brother isn't doing it on the day. Tell him he can't come back, lol.
No, he's going to do it tomorrow. He said, yeah. But the thing is...
Internet tough guy says, just helped out a down clown in the street rolling around outside the hospital.
This happens like every week, tough guy. Tough guy, stay on top of it, mate. 4th of July.
Internet tough guy says fentanyl is bad here in Canada. It's everywhere, man.
Alright, let's keep it positive, yeah? So... Yeah, but in Japan, it's technically tomorrow. Or today. He's doing it today, and today is...
Internet tough guy says sorry.
It's alright, mate. Today is kind of yesterday in America. For a little while longer, right? Dude, it's like 7 a.m. So he said it's going to be kind of all day. So I think midnight. Yeah, dude, by the time your brother starts it, it will still be July the 4th in America. And that's what counts. Because you're going to start at about 1 or 2 p.m. Definitely, it's still July the 4th, late night in America then. So I think it's okay. I think I'm going to go meet your bro. I'm going to go meet your bro. I super want to know what July the 4th is about. What's your brother got in store for me, Milky? What has he got in store for me? What did you do on 4th of July with your brother when he was in the States? Is the question. I would like to know. So... yeah, apparently, as someone mentioned in the comments, Trump is talking about doing a UFC fight on the White House, at the White House next year to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. So this should be unbelievable. I can't wait for this.
We're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little, we're not, Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. We're going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people. And we're going to do that as part of 250. Dana, we're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight.
Okay, there you go. It's actually going to happen. See, what I want to see is something like... what was that famous 90s wrestling match where it was outside? I want it to be outside. Is it going to be too hot or too cold? Or would it be just right? It'd be just right, right? I want to see the White House in the background while they're fighting. That would just be the craziest thing ever.
Niello says, fishing's good, food's great. They obviously don't celebrate the 4th here, but I'm about to lay 15 pounds of beef ribs down for the feast. Milkitia makes things says probably good food. My sister-in-law is a bomb cook and he's getting pretty good too. I think we usually just watch patriotic films, lol. Internet tough guy says heck yeah.
Man, it could be good fun. Thing is, I'm on keto. Like, is his wife going to cook some meat? Like a steak or something? It's got to be, right? What do you cook on July the 4th? What's the main barbecue thing? Piper Yellow, you got it sorted, bro. Sounds like you got it right. So this picture of the Trumpster at the last UFC, it was making the rounds and people were talking about it for some reason. I'm not sure why it is, but this photo is look at the UFC champ. They all love him. And now we know why. The Trumpster packing at the last UFC and is going to pack another UFC into the grounds of the White House. Absolutely cannot wait for that, bruv. It's going to be wicked. Do you eat turkey at Christmas in America, or is it just Thanksgiving? Surely you eat it double bubble for Crimbo as well, right?
Milkitia makes ting says, and then we would walk down the street to watch the town fireworks show. Our family does fireworks usually, but I DK this year.
Bro, do you think your brother's going to do fireworks? In Japan, definitely not. You get in mad trouble for that. You get evicted. You definitely get claims from the neighbours.
Milkitia makes ting says there's gotta be meat. It's the 4th.
Right, I think I might have to... Thing is, I got a bit... Yeah, okay. Gonna pop in to see
Internet
your bro.
tough guy says turkey is for Christmas too.
There's a bunch of things that you said I liked, and I remember you were sarcastic and said you so shouldn't meet my brother because he totally doesn't like that. I can't remember what it was. Wasn't it playing Ghosts and Goblins? And I had the Neander, like the fantasy kind of woolly pelt type cape, and I kept putting it around me, and that was all I needed to be happy and get in the zone. Wasn't it some kind of game that I liked or something? I can't remember what it was. What was it? Was it a game? I know he smoked cigars. It was something else as well. Blazing Atrium says potato salad. Whole lot of mercy. You know, Japan's potato salad is beast mode. It's one of the most famous kind of comfort foods here. Super simple, super nice. Ever seen Japanese potato salad? I'm telling you, it's the absolute business. Japanese potato salad.
Ajay says, hello Johnny and everyone.
What's up, Ajay? Japanese potato salad. Japanese potato salad. It doesn't look that good, but it's freaking... You can imagine anything the Japanese make is banging. It's super good. It's just all potatoes, just all carbs. For some reason, like you would think the cucumber wouldn't work, but it definitely works. And the little...
Kittia makes ting says IDK, but there's been loads of stuff you've said that remind me of him lol.
Like what? What thing? There's some other things. I really want to remember what it is. He was bigging you up. Mate, look, Japanese potato salad. Look at that. Mate, Japanese potato salad. 4th of July barbecue. Let's see that. 4th of July feast.
Tough guy says, do fat Japanese people even exist?
Do you know it's a bit rare, but it's more common now than it used to be, which is really sad. But if you go to a convenience store, everything has refined sugar in, so they're kind of going downhill a bit. But yeah. Oh mate, look, hot dogs and hamburgers.
Having some rest after a long week of work. Milkitia
Nice.
says my daughter makes the best potato salad. Japan won't hold a candle.
Bro, look at this. Oh shit. That's what I was thinking. Is that a July the 4th feast? I reckon that is. Is that your typical July the 4th feast? Let me know, my American friends. That looks like a typical July the 4th feast to me. Do you say July the 4th, July 4th? Or 4th of July? What's the best? Look, you've got roast meat, ribs, grilled corn, muffins. What's that? Chili beans. Is that potato? That is potato salad. Whole lot of mercy. Whole lot of... Wait, that looks banging. Look at that. That looks proper. Wow, Americans are getting that right. Whole lot of mercy. Look, are you eating cake? Look at that. That's the fancy shit.
Says that's it.
Whole lard. Look at this though. Look at that. Food coloring American flag cake with blueberries and strawberries. It's like a pavlova cake. Whole lot of mercy. Oh my God, you Americans, what are you doing? Look at that.
Milkitio makes ting says IDK if my brother does cornbread or potato salad.
Oh my God, mate, I only had cornbread for the first time last year, and it's like, it's banging. Blazing Atrium. We say the 4th. Just say the 4th, and yeah, that's the spread. Oh my God. Blazing Atrium, you're going to become a member. By the way, everybody, you can become an official Massacre mate, an official Massacre mate, a member. If you click join in the bottom left of this video on YouTube, you get all the perks. You get 4 special emojis. One is a clonk emoji, the other one's a brav emoji, a lot of mercy, and a duck station emoji. You also get access to members only Massacre Mate TM videos. Many of the gaming streams on this channel have a special extended intro and outro, not on the gaming channel. You can only get as a Massacre Mate. There are also members only streams. Those are super rare Easter egg streams, and they do come occasionally. That's what she said. And of course, you also get text to speech. If you want to have your voice read out, if you become a Massacre Mate, Blazing Atrium looking at you, you will get access to text to speech, and everyone's going to hear you, and you get access to the Massacre Mate community. We need to vet people, and of course paying is a good way to do that. So please consider becoming an official Massacre Mate. This cigar is freaking excellent. Jesus, I'm really impressed. Deathclaw. The 4th at Deathclaws. Deathclaw, what are you having on July the 4th? Because you've got literal cows on your ranch. What are you having? Deathclaw blew my mind with this stat. Deathclaw told me 1 cow, when you freeze the meat, can last you for like a year and a half. That is meant, mate. Seriously, if I had 1 cow in a big freezer, that would mean I wouldn't have to buy any food for a year and like I could just eat that every day. I would eat that every day. God bless America.
Makes ting says we're probably just gonna do weenies. I don't have a working oven right now, so no cornbread for us either, lol. Ajay says do duck station. Ajay says Milky in the house.
The duck station.
Ajay says Deathclaw Jedi in the house.
Mate, the 4th at Deathclaw. Can you imagine what that's going to be like? Bro, and he's well into cooking. He's definitely going to go hard with that. I'm telling you, bruv. Jesus.
Internet tough guy says, I live in Alberta. All we have is cows, oil and lumber.
I mean, those are the building blocks for a good time, right? That is the building block to a barbecue. Cows, oil, and lumber. What more do you need, bruv?
Ajay says, Internet tough guy in the house.
Look at this madness. Look at this madness that we've got here. Bro, the 4th of July cakes look banging. It looks like hard work. Look at that, though. Look at that. Dude, oh, look at this. Whole lot of mercy.
Ajay says, what game will you play today, Johnny? Internet tough guy says Radio Jim says shout out for the 4th of July.
I think the game's coming tomorrow, my man. Bro, this is the spread? Look at this. Nah, yeah, so look, there's all, what are these? Are these refried beans or chili? Like, what is it? It's chili, right? Dude, yeah, it's a hamburger, innit, bruv? It's a hamburger.
Milkitio makes ting says some people go hard with the parties. I am not one of those people, lol.
Look at this. Look at that. What's that? Cookies on top of cereal or something? Oh my lord. Jesus. Also,
Deathclaw Jedi says 4 bone steak, 6 burgers, few kosher all beef hot dogs, cornbread, coleslaw, beer, scotch, iced tea and other asunder food stuffs. Milkitio makes ting says that looks like just baked beans, lol.
Internet Tough Guy deleted Milky's comment.
Brad W says, Capital FLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFLFL.
What's up, Brad? Can you bring that comment back, tough guy? What was that all about?
Milkitia makes ting says. Crap. Deep Claw's house is where IT's at.
What's going on?
Ajay says, Johnny, send me a cake on Sunday. It will then be my birthday.
Oh, special birthday stream.
Ajay says, Brad W in the house.
Brad W's here. Wow, Americans kind of have it going on 4th of July.
Internet tough guy says if I deleted a comment it's because my phone is in my hoodie pocket and pocket dialed. Internet tough
Mate, be
guy
careful. You can ban people. Got to remove your mod status for that. Too dangerous, mate. Could have banned Milkster. Can't be having that. Internet tough guy. Always on a madness, bruv. Lobster feast? What? On 4th of July?
Makes ting says, I do not care but I will accept the apology lol. Ajay says, yes, my birthday on the 6th of July.
Oh, mate, how old are you going to be? 41? Bruh. Yeah, it seems to be it's corn, shrimp, and lots of grilled meat. Look at that, though. This is a thing, is American flag baked goods. Baked treats.
Jedi says, well, happy birthday, Ajay. Brad
Happy birthday.
Says, my birthday is Sunday as well.
Oh, my lord. Call the feds. What is happening? Whole lot of mercy. July the 4th barbecue. This is going to show us really what's up.
Ajay says, yes, 41.
See, I remember things.
Ting says, oh yeah, it was my husband's birthday on the 2nd. How many massacre mates are born in the July?
Jesus Christ. It's the... Mate, it's destiny. It's destiny. You're all born near Independence Day. Whole lot of mercy. Yo, we found a good new cigar.
Jedi says 41. You're still just a cub.
Still carving it. Carving it. Wow. Yo, look, I want to eat some of this. Look, it's basically hot dogs, barbecue, corn.
Awesome, Brad W. Happy birthday beforehand.
Happy birthday, y'all. Deathclaw, how am I going to get to your ranch and how long am I coming there for? The thing is, it's kind of hard to get to where you are. It's just such a detour, but how to make that work? So how plan my America trip. It's funny, when I ask liberals, when I say to liberals, okay, I'm going to plan my America trip, they go, okay, they get really excited. Then I say, I want to go, I say Cali and I say New York just to not upset them and trigger them.
Brad W. says, likewise Ajay, happy clonking. Ajay says, thank you Death Claw Jedi, whatever it means, lol.
Drop the clonk emoji, Brad. And then when I say Texas, liberals just look at me and they go, don't go to Texas. And I'm like, why? And it's like, oh, it's like they vote for Trump in huge numbers. So they're basically saying, the majority of people, we're talking like tens of millions of people, they're all blanket terrible and they've never met them. Why liberals like this, man? They're not liberals. They're leftists. They're communists. Quasi-communists. You know what I'm saying? I still love him. Clonk.
Says a detour from what you want to see, America or not?
I'm going to Texas, basically. How close is Texas to Florida? I want to go to a liberal stronghold like Texas, like New York. Because the Trumpster started shit there. I know it's messed up, but I want to go to the parties there and the bars and feel the vibe. Get with the liberals. They do the best parties. They just fucking do. And then I want to go to a place like Texas, the best place possible with the most shit going on, but where people are just not like, commie socialists and brainwashed, right? I just want something like that.
Did you see Rachel Reeves crying?
I did, bro. But yeah, dude, Rupert Lowe finally started that party.
Milkitia makes things.
Everything. He's basically going to become prime minister. I'm calling it.
Niello says 3-hour flight from Texas to CA or FL thereabout. Brad W
Wow.
says 18 hours. Depends, Texas is huge.
Like 3 hours or 18 hours? How close is what? Why is that funny? How close is Texas to Florida? Blazing Adrian says in Texas, check out the Frio River Valley. What's that?
Johnny, have you heard of a comedian called Leonardo Joni? I think you would like her. Deep Claw Jedi says,
Haven't.
I don't tell you to skip anything, see it all, good bad ward sect. But if you want me to plan your trip seriously, I will Discord you ideas.
Bro, I'm ready.
Yellow says, driving it's an eternity. Brad W says 18 hours drive.
Brad, are we driving then? Millennium Falcon, listening to tunes. Smoking cigars. Whole lot of mercy. Like, I want to go to New York and just get in the nightlife, get in the high rise, go to a few nice bars.
To Florida.
Especially meet some like Trumpster fans in New York. That'd be so dope. How much is a flight from Texas to Florida? So what am I doing? California, that's the easiest touchdown, the cheapest flight. It's because it's closest to Japan. Go to Cali, go there for a week, see what the hell's going on there.
Niello says, go California and learn to surf and snowboard in
I ain't surfing with them sharks, bro.
Ting says driving through Texas
Never.
is like entering a new dimension where time doesn't exist and the sky isn't real.
What?
Says, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida.
Yeah, so some southern... Okay, so start off in California. Does this make sense? Tell me if I'm going the wrong route. Start off in California. Go behind enemy lines. Find some Trumpster fans. Go to some parties. Then... go to Texas. Then go deep south, Mississippi. Find some babe, my wife.
Ajay says, Johnny, Leonardo Joni is a pretty controversial comedian who's been banned many times for making fun of feminism, race and woke stuff. Check her out.
Nah, I don't. I just can't be. I don't like all that stuff. I do talk about it, but I don't want to look at that in my free time. I want to go to America. And yeah, so California, Texas, Mississippi, Mississippi, Florida, New York.
You need to see New Mexico, though there's few places as beautiful. Internet Tough Guy says, Miami has the best looking women.
California, Texas, Mississippi, Florida, Miami, Florida, New York, with Deathclaw detour in the middle for some like countryside barbecue ballistics. Does that make sense? Is that good? How long is that going to take? How much is a flight from California to Texas? From Texas to Mississippi? From Mississippi to Florida to Miami? From Miami to Florida? From Florida to Deathclaw? Where's Deathclaw in all of this? And then from Florida to New York? And which ones should I drive to save money but also do road trip?
Florida Keys is a must. 2-hour ride from Miami. Ajay says, her famous joke was, do you know who invented...
La 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 la. Now we're going to shadow ban. Mate, this cigar is so good.
Niello says, assume 200 to 300 for the domestic flights. Milkitia Makes Ting says if you want to see the best liberal city in California, it's Santa Cruz.
How the fuck am I going to afford this? It's going to cost so much. The yen is so weak compared to the dollar. And also, accommodation. How the fuck am I... like, how am I going to do this? Am I going to stay in some crime-ridden dump? What am I going to do?
Ajay says, oh, I guess I can't mention it. My bad, Johnny.
All good. I have to say that the 4th of July fish looks so good. Oh, look at that. That's cute. But a bit weird. Yeah. Okay. It's actually not surprising what the 4th of July feast is.
Internet tough guy says rent an RV. Milkitia makes ting says the beach is free my dude lol.
So, what makes the most sense? Like, how many stops? I mean, I can't do all of that shit, can I? I can't do all of that. I feel Florida will be dope though, because I know that the peeps there are quite. You know what I'm talking about. Cali.
Jedi says, how to afford it? Get a pickup and a small camper trailer or RV.
It's gonna get robbed.
Says, I got you if you come around Ventura County for any time an hour north of LA. Very nice area.
I want to take you up on it, but the thing is, it's all fun and games now talking about this, right? But when reality comes, if some random dude is coming to stay at your place, it's a fucking pain in the ass, right? You've got work, you've got, and it costs money as well to socialize.
You have to go Florida.
Brad, are you in Florida? Are you in Florida? Brav, if you're in Florida...
Internet tough guy says, NYC is scary lol.
Should we plan this trip out? Let's plan out my American trip on July the 4th. You'll...
Milkitia makes ting says my family lives in Ventura lol.
Do Google flights, yeah? Alright, Tokyo to California. Alright, let's say, man, they're gonna jack the price. We can't even go to July 2026. But what actually won't let us. Yeah, let's just do this.
Milkitia makes ting says, I can take you to Graceland, that's about as much as I can contribute lol.
Take me all the way.
But Niello says, hostels and hotels aren't too pricey. $50 a night, maybe less depending.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so... non-stop only. Bro, it's that... Okay, so here we go. LA. So it's basically $1,000 flight return. So start off in LA. Los Angeles to... Where are we going? Texas. Okay, yeah.
Brad W.
Okay.
Says, California, Vegas, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Florida Keys, Orlando, New York. Brad W. says, yes, I'm in Miami.
So just California to Texas. To Mississippi.
Deep Claw Jedi says, honestly, you can't do all of it in one go.
Yeah.
Do it in quarters. Come out and do the West Coast and Southwest on the first trip. Then the year after do Pacific West and Midwest. Ect and so on. Brad W. says, as long as you give me a heads up, you're welcome.
Brady in Florida. Oh my god, okay.
Milkitia makes ting says you keep skipping Tennessee lol. Pertniello says,
Okay.
that zipper Japanese budget airline is super cheap. You could also do Haneda to Hawaii to LAX.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Bro, I'm not made of money. I put my cigar out. So hold on a minute. Okay, look. Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama. Basically, I want to go to one state where it's loads of southern babes. I can't do them all. So which one am I going to do? 150,000 to LAX, right? That's the closest. That will get me onto the mainland, right? Look, it's just from there to there, right? Then 50,000 yen from Los Angeles to Texas. So now I'm in Texas, bruv. Having a good time in Texas. Okay, this is making sense. We have... What's...
Milkitia makes ting says, Brad is trying to get you kidnapped in the deep south lol.
Right? Oh, here we go. Okay, look. Texas is next to... what's Mississippi? Yeah, look, it all makes sense, bruv. See, look, then we go from Texas to Mississippi, bruv. But actually, we should go to New Orleans. But do people have a southern accent there? Mississippi, look. And then we go from Texas to Mississippi. Dude, 25,000, bro. That's happening. Okay, Memphis, Tennessee. But like Tennessee, right? Like, how long does it take to drive from Texas to Mississippi?
Do not go to New Orleans, lol.
What's there? What's there? We've got a target of 5 super chats today. Can you see the target? I hope so. 5 super chats. Can we make 5 super chats?
Says, people have some sort of accent in New Orleans, lol.
Which is the most southern madness with southern women? I got to find my wife I can't do them all. It's either Mississippi or it's Tennessee. But I think it's Memphis, right? That's where we're going, bruv. Look, okay, then we go from...
Brad W says, Texas is huge, 13 hours to cross it.
Okay, we ain't doing that. No, we'll drive. We'll drive, that'll cost nothing. Then we go from Mississippi to Miami, Florida, GTA. Bro, this is far. No. Okay, to Florida. Jackson. Mississippi to Florida.
Milkitio makes things says, oh yeah, not Arkansas then, cause this is basically the Midwest with a southern accent, lmao. Pertniello says, get a U-Haul in LA and stealth camp in the back all the way to Florida. Brad W says, it's def not English milky lol. Deathclaw Jedi says 13 HRRS 10 max. Why are there red and blue lights in my rear view mirror?
Damn. Why are there no flights from Mississippi? Like, once you go to Mississippi, you're stuck there. I have to go from Atlanta.
Says you're a musician. You need to make your Graceland pilgrimage, dude, lol.
Okay, we drive to Atlanta to Florida, 29,000. So basically, Cali to Texas is 50,000 yen, then 25,000 yen to Mississippi, and then it's like 35,000. So it's basically 100,000 yen to go to Texas, Mississippi, and Florida. It's 150,000 return from Cali, but I have to get back to Cali somehow. I could have drive across the whole fucking thing, bro. Can't do that on the way home. So that's 200,000 yen. And then Florida to New York. Basically, we're ending in Texas. We're not going to New York. That's what's happening. Florida to New York. Delta. Look, 20,000 yen, bro.
Yen makes no sense to us. How many yen to dollar exchange? Milkitio makes
$144 to 10,000 yen. Basically, 1 yen is 1.44, $1.5. And then look, so look, that's nothing. This is actually the plan, y'all. This is actually the plan. And then New York back to Cali. How much is that going to be? That's going to be... It can't be that much because... Fucking hell. How much... What about like Japan to New York if we start on that side? That's megabucks. Now that ain't going to happen. So what about like Tokyo to California? And then What about one way? How do I make it airlines times duration bags non-stop? How do I make it not a return? Oh, here we go. One way. Dude, one way is more expensive than a return. How mental is that? How does that make sense? Or does it? Wait, why has it gone up? Oh, there we go. Look, to LA. Los Angeles, California, you're 146 thou. One way. Dude, okay, we've actually got this, y'all. We've actually freaking got it. Maybe. It's like half price if we do that. Only 61,000 one way.
Says, to get into the US you need a return flight booked in many cases, yeah.
But I can get the return from New York, maybe. Because if it's 146,000 round trip. Less than half of that, 61,000. So let's try this. New York to Japan. If this is 120,000 or less, this is it. That's it. Okay. So this is what's going to be. 60,000 yen, Japan to LA. And then to Texas, 50,000, it's 110. Memphis is 25, so 135. And then to Florida is like 35, so it's 170. Florida to New York, 25, 195. And then going home, 132. 332,000 yen. It's about $1,800. That's all my flights taken care of. That's it. It's possible. It's possible. It's fucking possible. Then how much is that going to cost for the accommodation? Stay with Purple and Yellow. Crash his place for a bit. That's done for Cali. Texas. I got a friend out there. Delta pilot.
I can plan a route that stops for a few days in major cities. If you want, get a hotel for a few days, rent a car. Then I go on vacation in Florida. Just an option. The new Falcon is huge with 2 beds.
Bro.
Miami to Havana, Cuba for cigars.
Where do you live, Brad? Yeah, so in Texas. No, he doesn't live in Texas, does he? I don't know anyone who lives in Texas. So Texas, I got to slum it. Memphis, I just sleep in the forest. And then Florida, the Millennium Falcons got me with Brad Solo, Han Brolo. Then, and also my mate lives in California. Another mate, one of my best mates lives there. Then New York. Do I know people in New York? I'm going to slum it with some peeps. I'll just bring the vibes, basically. So all the accommodation nearly sorted. Need a bit of spending cash. And then we're good. So, okay. We got the whole plan. So it's basically about 330,000 yen. Try to remember that.
Milkitia makes Ting says, brother, I'm 2 hours away from Memphis. You don't have to sleep in the forest, lol.
You're 2 hours for about... Oh, shit. Okay. Staying with Milks. Can I stay at the Milks with the Lim Charleston and the Milks and the kids? Dude, I will entertain your kids to no end. You can go out on date night with Lim. I look after them, make sure everything's good. They can go mental. They're going to love it. Uncle Johnny's here. Okay, so Memphis is sorted. Texas. Who do I know stays in Texas? Are there any Massacre mates in Texas? No, there definitely are. Hook that up. New York. There's definitely some Massacre mates in New York as well. So stay with the Massacre mates. Bit of American hospitality. And yeah.
Makes Ting says, I mean I kinda live on a hill in some woods but it ain't the forest lol. Deathclaw Jedi says. $2,000 equals 289,055 Japanese yen. I am guessing that is the minimum for your trip. Honestly, in Texas, reach out to gun tubers and make it a work trip.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh mate, shooting guns, let's go, baby. So flight is 333,000 yen all in. Go one way to Cali, it's like 60,000 yen instead of 160, which is ridiculously good. And then get a return flight for New York, which is 130. It's basically, yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, it's like 10,000 yen more expensive. That means I don't have to fly back to California and then go back to Japan. So 333,000 yen. Accommodation, let's just say like another 1,500 just in case. That's like about 220. So that's like 550 emergency accommodation. And then spending money, like what, $5,000 gonna need for, how long is that gonna be? Like 2 weeks? So yeah, 330, 350, 230, 334, 35, about 550, $5,000, about 750. It's like a million, it's like 1,300,000 yen. It's about 8,000. Oh man, that's a lot of money. Anyways, if you donate or super chat, this might be possible, but that's the plan, that's the flex, and hopefully we'll do it. That's a good amount of fun, that is. So yeah, I hope everyone has a really good July 4th. I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'm gonna hang out with Milky's brother tomorrow. Send him a message, and I'll be back tomorrow when I return. And tomorrow we're gonna look at the big beautiful bill, triple B in the mix, which is gonna be very fun because that just went through and was approved in Congress, and there's lots of information regarding that. It's gonna be a really fun episode of Johnny Massacre as well tomorrow, and then we're gonna play some video games on Saturday night. It looks like the schedule's gonna be locking in 3 streams a week.
Says, adios, amigo.
Thank you, amigo. Enjoy Nicaragua while you're still there. It looks like it's gonna be locking 3 streams a week and then do 5 on other random days as and when, like little Easter eggs. And the 3 streams are gonna be Friday night in America.
Ting says, yeah, report on how my brother did tomorrow, lol.
Friday night in America, Saturday night in America, and then it's going to be very, very early in America on another day. I forget what it is, but it's going to be in the week. It could.
Horse says Independence Day NYC. Where are you, JM?
I'm in Tokyo, but I'm looking at Wolfenhouse. Are you in New York? Can you put me up for like 4 or 5, 6 days if I come to New York next year for America's 250th anniversary of its founding? Need some New York buddies. I can put me up for a few days.
Deathclaw Jedi says, hey, I only see 2 where you all at, hit the thumbs up and support our boy.
Thank you. So yeah, Friday night, Saturday night in America is going to be streams, like regular political. Wolfenhouse, can you put me up? Please, mate, please. I'll bring the vibes. I should write this down. I really should write this down. America trip. 60K to New York. 50K to Texas. 25K to Memphis. Stay with Milks. In New York, to Cali. Stay with Perp and my mate
makes Ting says, yeah.
Sam. 35K to Florida.
Wolf and Horse
Stay
says,
with Brad.
Brooklyn. Milkitio makes Ting says, everyone bully Victoria for a place to stay too, lol.
25K to New York. 132K home. New York, stay with Wolfenhouse. Wolfman, can I stay at your place? Just like 5 or 6 days, bruv. I'll tear it out. I'll get you some beers, bruv. Total. 157, 187, 212, 262, 262, 302. 322. All in. I'm gonna need maybe like case 330 230. Okay.
Wolf and Horse says go to my channel, started in 2007.
Wicked. Let's go to Wolfenhouse's channel, bro. Hold on a sec. Total needed is 1,300,000 yen. How many dollars is that? This is gonna be fucking expensive, bro. $9,000. Well, you can donate on streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, or you can click the super chat button below and it will get us closer. We'd much appreciate.
Deathclaw Jedi says, time to start the barbecue. Catch y'all later. Happy 4th and have a good weekend.
Happy 4th, Deathclaw. See you soon, my man. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Let's go to Wolfenhouse's channel. The Wolfenhouse. Whole lot of mercy. Wolfenhouse the dude. Wolfenhouse the punk. With the guitar, dude. Sort me out, Wolfenhouse. I'm sure you know all the best spots. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Make it a good one. Oh my god. Wow, okay, mad Arsenal news. I can't even read this out. But anyways, happy 4th of July, everyone. Enjoy the barbecue, beers and babes. America F yeah. I'm Johnny Massacre, and I hope you had a good time today hanging out with the Massacre Mates. Please consider becoming an official Massacre Mate by clicking join in the bottom left on YouTube to get all the special privileges, emojis, members only streams, and lock in the text to speech, which will be removed for non-members pretty soon. See you tomorrow, everyone. Happy 4th.